Hey, what's up, guys? This is Ben Huggins with class CSCE 111503 at Texas A&M. Today we're also going to go over for loops and how to use them properly in Java. Starting out here, uh, kind of the basic purpose of for loops is to get through a lot of information really fast. Um, so typically you'll set a bunch of parameters and say, for all of these given scenarios, um, I want to know this. So, for example, I have this for loop set up right here. And so it's going to start at integer I, which is set to 0. And then for I less than 10, so that's making sure that it's not equal to 10, but everything less than 10. So and then I is also going to be added once over every time it's used. So basically, I is going to start at 0, because that's where the starting point is set at, and then it'll do whatever I ask it to do in this program of chunk right here. Once this block of code is run, it'll add 1 to I via this statement right here. So then I will be 2. Sorry, 1. I will be 1, and then it'll run this block of code again, and then it'll run it'll add 1 to I, and then I will be 2, and it'll keep going up until 9, because I is less than 10. So every integer less than 10. And so you can set these to whatever parameters you want. If you want to start at 1, or if you want to do everything less than 100, you can kind of do whatever you want. It's kind of just a standard use for loops. So, for example, if I go ahead and run this program prints out the cube of every number between 0 and 9. So that's what this is down here. It's outputting 0 cubed is 0, 1 cubed is 1, 2 cubed is 8, 3 cubed is 27, all the way up to 9 cubed, which is 729. So like I said, if you're wanting to find out a lot of information really quickly, you can kind of set it up as a for loop, and then it'll all calculate that automatically for you. Because I did this only in, 3 lines of code, and I got a lot of information out of this. Now you can also use it on stuff like arrays and stuff as well, if you want to iterate through a bunch of stuff that you have stored information in. So this integer array is listed to be 7 spaces long, basically. And so this for loop actually sets all of the spots equal to 1. So when this initializes the array, it sets every spot equal to 0. This for loop, for example, will actually go, we can use I as the index for the array, and that way we can check every spot of the array up to the array length, and we can figure out what's in there. We can populate it with something that we want. So this one, for example, this for loop is populating all of them with 1. So it's adding 1 to all of the zeros that were initialized with this for loop, with this initialization right here. And then this one, for example, the int(x) colon array int is basically, instead of using i's and integers, it's just saying for every index in this array, it's going to do something. So this one, we're keeping it simple. It's just outputting every index of the array. So if I scroll down here, that's what all of these ones are. So like I said, this was initialized as 7 zeros, but now, thanks to this for loop, it added 1 to all of the zeros, and now it's all 1s. And then this for loop is going through every spot in this big list of numbers known as an array and printing out each one individually. So those are kind of the basics of for loops. They can get really complicated if you have nested for loops. You can have for loops in for loops in for loops, um, which get really complicated really fast. But if you can get them right, you can get through so much information so fast. So definitely a good skill to master and add to your programming repertoire, especially being competent in them. So that's all I have for you on for loops, and I'll see you all in the next video.